Alright guys, just been back from picking up my new wheel bearings from Euro Parts. Here they are. Nice to see that they come with the new circlip and a new hub nut, which is a nice surprise. It's going to be a beast to smash in. Yeah, there we go, lovely. So what I'm going to do is just to do a bit of prep. These can go in the freezer just to shrink them down as much as possible. It'll just aid when I try and press them in, because my press has broke from the other day. So yeah, these can go in the freezer. I'm just going to throw a lick of paint on, a second coat of paint on the other hub nut. Hub nut? What one about? The steering knuckle. And I've still got to smash out the old bearing on the other knuckle as well, so I'll do that now. But for now, these can go in the freezer. Lovely. Right, let's get this bearing out. Oh god. Right, so what we have to do is get this C clip out, or circlip, whatever you want to call it. Looks a bit crusty, so I'm just going to knock it free with a hammer first and a screwdriver just to break the sort of rusty seal, and then I've got my circlip pliers that we'll get it out with. So I'll do that first, and then I'm going to try and work out a way to smash this bearing out. Probably just going to smash it out brute force, and yeah, because it's a big old bearing. Right, let's get the circlip out, and I'm just going to crack on.
I've got a banging headache today, so
okay, that wasn't as horrendously bad as I thought that would be. Obviously not the most ideal way of doing it, but it does work. When your press is down, but I've obviously, not too bad, but well, I've been beating it, I've given it a bit of a pasting on the old, yeah, I can deal with that. Right, so obviously the new bearings are in the freezer. All I'm going to do now is clean out the insides of these. Give them a light sanding with a real fine sandpaper, probably 800 grit, just to take off a bit of surface, tiny bit of surface, all the crud and rust and any surface scratches. It just helps the bearings going a bit easier. But with them being in the freezer for a good half hour, 40 minutes, and these cleaned up nice, I'll give them both a coating in copper grease, and we should be able to get them in fairly easily. Excuse me, just tapping them in with a hammer, same sort of way they came out. So I'm going to crack on with cleaning these out, I won't bother showing you that, and then we'll look at pushing the new bearings back in. Alright then, so we're all nice and shinies in there. Try and pay as much time as you can in here, because obviously that circlip's got to sit in there, and any crud that's going to keep it out is going to press the circlip out. Not so it'll fall out, but you just want it to seat properly. I mean, ideally I want to get a bit more out of there. I'm going to spend a bit more time on that, but otherwise, you know, inside there is nice and clean. So I'm going to clean up that lip a bit more, and then we'll look to get the bearing in. Right, there's a new bearing. That's a Koyo, very nice. Right, so paying attention to which way it came out, so the rubber lip goes inward, innermost. Just double check, yeah. So let's give this a bit of a lube. See, it's already sweating out from it's freezing. Once this is in, I'm also I'll clean up the other side and get the bearing in the other side. I'm going to put the hubs in the freezer as well, because then these can warm up a bit. So what I'm looking for is to go nice and square, and hopefully this will drop in a bit. Right, that's in. You can feel a distinct difference when you bottom out. It's sort of, you lose that sort of hollow sound to it. So that's in. Chablis. So then we've got the new circlip, wherever that's gone in the box. Nice big holes. Makes a nice change for me. Nice. Nice and easy. Oh, bearing done. Alright, that's the hubs back together. So here we go. I remember to put these on first, luckily, and you'll hear silence. They're a little bit stiff, but I think once they bed in a bit, they should loosen off nice. But they're spot on. There's no play whatsoever or anything like that. All painted nice, cleaned up the mating surfaces, any flanges for the ball joints and for the brake caliper carrier. Re-tapped, or just run a tap through all the bolt holes all along, just to make it nice and clean in case I want to put anything in. Obviously I'll be using these and a few of the other pieces. But that's it, turned out alright really. Yep, so there's one fitted. I've not bothered putting the brakes on yet. I've tested the discs, I've put the disc on and made sure that this is all clear all the way around, which it is, which is good. But what I'm waiting on is shims, because all I'm using at the moment to bolt this on is washers, as in, so this mounting bracket that goes from there is just, I've just got washers, and you're supposed to have specific size shims to space this out left and right perfect. So it's slightly off centre at the moment. I mean, it still works alright, but ideally you want that perfectly centred on the disc. At the moment it's 0.7 of a mil in, and because these are a millimetre, these washers are a millimetre each, I can't get the perfect spacing because it didn't come with the kit. So I've ordered them shims, hopefully they'll come in the post tomorrow and I can get all this centred and get it set up perfect. Otherwise that's it, I think. I've got to sort out this wrap under here. I think that's just where I come off track at Croft, so I'm going to get that wrapped up again, and I'm just going to get a load of odd jobs done really. Once I can get the wheels back on, I may throw it all back together and get the wheels on, because I've got our team scales, so I can have a go at corner weight in the car, which would be pretty interesting. That'll be another episode. Yeah, so going to finish, get that hub on, get everything torqued up, torqued down to spec, get the new hub nuts on and get them stamped in, and that'll be it for the brake cooling stuff. I think I mentioned that the ducting pipe, the order got cancelled because they're out of stock, so I've ordered another from another company next day for 20 quid more, but hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. So if they're here, then obviously I can get them plumbed up. In fact, that's what I can do, is the duct on the other side of the bumper. So obviously got the pretty cool carbon J's Racing style one on the right hand side, but on the left I can't seem to find any J's Racing style ones to match that to go on the other side. So, and not only that, I've got my tow hook sticking through, so I'm going to have to make something. I've got an old sort of funnel, not a funnel, but you'll see anyway. I think I'll get this back together and I'll crack on with that, so that when the pipe shows up I can just get it plumbed in and hopefully all sorted. So yeah, I'm going to put the hub back on, and then we'll have a look at making something to go in that fog light hole. Oh. Okay, so we've got one side back together. There she is, and you can see with a bit of light, you know, you can see the cooling plate and the clearance that I've got. It sits pretty nice, to be honest. I'm quite happy with that. So when we get a chance, or when my pipe turns up, I'll run it obviously through there into the back of the cooling plate, and then I'm thinking of running it so it's attached to the steering arm. Could be the worst idea ever, I don't really know. And then obviously running along from the front, from the frame rail, and in like that. But when I get the pipe I can play around and see what will work best, I'm sure. the plan will change. So I'm just going to finish this up. I've still just got to bolt the brake line down, and then I want to get the wheels. I need to torque up the hub nuts to stupendous torques, and do the other side, and then I can get it on the ground. And work on the front bumper, getting that duct ready for the pipe. So I'm going to do that. Not going too bad today, we're making good progress. So I'm going to crack. Right then, on with the bumper duct. I've obviously got all the brakes on. That is all done. So what I've got is this thing. I'm not too sure why I bought it or what it was. Oh yeah, I remember now. I was going to use it to make a heater system for the windscreen, but never quite worked out that way. But we can certainly reuse it. So as I said, I've got the J's Racing one on this side, which someone's masticked to death in. So what I want to do is pretty much sit this behind here, so it can scoop up lots of lovely cold air. Now I've got the towing eye that sticks through. Now that sits, I've drawn a line here, so that's where it sits, so I can't really come any further right of that. So I'm just going to bang it in here really and try and get it to sit as flush against this as I can, and then I'll cut all this gump out and hopefully it will sit in there alright. I'll be able to secure it fine. It'll just be discreet, that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to start hacking away at bits and get the best fit that I can, and that'll be that bit done. Then it's just waiting for the ducting pipe. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully that'll be here tomorrow. So let's crack on. Right, so the bumper duct is done. Should have mentioned that this is a temporary fixing until I can get something either side that matches, but that's it in. Yeah, not amazing. Should do the job though. I've had to go drift spec yo and zip tie it in because I just couldn't think of any way to fix it without resining it to death and trying to secure it. I did ideally want this to be a bit more squared off against the tow bar, but like I say, it's a temporary fix and that's in there solid, so it'll do for now until I can find some matching ducts. I don't really want to lose this because it's been glued into death. I'm not too keen on what's on the other side of it. You can even see the glues come out to the top of there, so it's probably gummed up to the max. So if I can find another J's Racing one or J's Racing style one to go on the other side, I'll do that. And I think it'll look pretty good actually. So that's that done. All I've really got to do now is a few little odd jobs, so I won't bore you with that. Tomorrow's the track day, tomorrow evening. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to corner weight, or at least get started with it. I've never done it before. I've got our sort of team scales, Motor Spirits scales. So I'm going to have a go at corner weighting. And a few other little jobs to get done, but nothing major. And that'll be as good to go for Rockingham tomorrow evening. There's a few of the lads from the race team turning up tomorrow, so should be a good crack, a little barbecue and that. Looking forward to it, should be good. I'm going to clean up, get a few little odd jobs done, and I'll see you next time. So please like, subscribe and share if you like what you see. And look forward to Rockingham coming tomorrow. Speak to you later, bye bye. Fun and sunshine, there's enough for everyone. Whoa, that's missing is the